So, third piece of advice I want to give is actually a little bit of a change from the original article I wrote. There are actually 4 pillars to a clothing line, and you need to focus on all 4 sectors. It's design, production, marketing, and sales. And sometimes I'll simplify those into 2 and kind of merge them together into product and sales. Both are left hand, right hand, brother, sister. So design and production are really kind of unified as one to be product. A lot of times I'll group together marketing and sales into just sales. But that's it. Those are the 4 things that really make a clothing company run. For people that approach clothing lines and apparel more for its aesthetic value, it's usually a rude awakening for them to understand that the biggest part of a clothing company is sales. People might be disillusioned sometimes with the actual resources that they have available to them. People will come at me and just be like, oh, yo, you know, I have this clothing line I want to do, and I have t-shirts right now, and it's just going to pop off so hard. I know it's going to be dope. I've read all these articles, and I subscribe to Complex, and I'm on Hypebeast all the time, and I think I know what it takes. They don't really have a metric to understand how units are moved. You talk to the designers and not people that have been involved in sales for years and years and years in the industry. They don't realize that, I'll say to a person like that 90% of it is all sales. Because from the design side of things, I could design whatever you want. That's a much bigger problem if just the designs are whack. But that's, at the same token, making dope designs for a company is fixable. I've seen tons of companies that didn't really perform well and arguably had some really terrible looks, but flip it, get the right designers in there, and have an awesome product. It's not a scalable business where you create one product and you just pump it out all day. You're going to come up with a new line in a couple months. I just want to kind of bring it all into focus and say design and production are very important, but people kind of got that down. People get more surprised with production when it comes into cut and sew because there's a ton of moving parts in there, but your production needs to be amazing. I mean, if you're never gonna have a great relationship with a retailer if you keep delivering product that keeps falling apart and all their customers. The second part of it, marketing and sales, again, constantly need to have your mind thinking about how to push both. One cannot occur without the other. Your sales rep cannot move your brand unless he has things to talk about. One of the greatest things to happen to your sales reps is you have an account sit down to look at your new line and say, hey, I saw it here. I saw it in this magazine, or depending on how many magazines exist in the future when you're clicking on this, I saw it online. However you can get it marketed and seen and placed on celebrities, that sort of thing. The greatest thing for a sales guy is to have an account or a buyer start that conversation, an easier transition when they know it's getting seen. They're almost disciplines. You need to constantly ask yourself, how can I improve on all 4 of these sectors for my clothing line?